You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Think Packs podcast. And this is show number 596 for Sunday, the 24th of May, 2026.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle. Now, as we record, you're in single-digit countdowns.
Mm-hmm.
As this goes out, you'll be travelling, yeah?
Well, technically, as this show goes out on our main feed, I literally will be part travelling and part in Disneyland Paris.
Yeah. Exciting.
I may or may not have gone a little bit overboard on Vinted with the Duffy merch.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I was going to say Vinted is not your friend, or is it your friend, depending on your point of view?
It's not my credit card's friend. It's so easy to scroll through and, I've not got a Shelley May bag that's over the shoulder. Ooh, I've not got a Stella Lou bag. Ooh, I've not got a Duffy bag. I'm going to look like a bloody Duffy bear in Paris, I tell you.
I was just going to say, is this the theme for your DLP trip? And is Joey being subjected to it as well, or is it just Michelle?
Joey's not being subjected to the Duffy.
Okay.
Although I may trust him with taking my Disneyland Paris Duffy that I got on my first trip. However, if he loses said Duffy, I may then be mortified. So I may not do that. No.
Dilemmas.
Yeah. He does have a Mickey to take with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. But yes, I have bought one or two little cutie pie things for my attire. I gather the weather in Disneyland Paris from Sunday onwards is going to be 30 degrees C and above.
Yes, we've got this little weird sort of heat wave happening because this weekend we're getting the same sort of weather here. And Simon and I have two events that we're participating in this weekend. One on Saturday and one on the Sunday. Both are to do with that movie, that Star Wars movie that's coming out, that Mando and Grogu thing, which means that Simon and I will be donning our Mandalorian gear, which we haven't worn for quite a few years. So, A, thankful it still fits. B, not the coolest of cosplay outfits to wear. So when we saw the temperatures forecast for the weekend, we thought, yay, that's just about right, isn't it? Standing for about 6 hours on Saturday in a cinema that's likely not to be air-conditioned. Please think of me and Simon.
Eek.
Mm.
That does not sound pleasurable at all there, Jane, at all. So, yucky ducky doo-dahs on that front.
I think there's going to be about 8 of us squished into a very small changing room, so... yeah, please think of me, people.
Well, I'm just going to be happy because I was panicking what to do if it was going to rain. So, fingers crossed it's not. But if it does rain, Jane, I've got a Lena Bell Hong Kong Disneyland waterproof jacket with ears.
So basically what Michelle is telling you is that if there is any rain that happens whilst Michelle is in Disneyland Paris, it's because Michelle's been going around purposely doing the rain dance just so she can wear said raincoat.
Well, I've been wearing it all week at work because the weather's been atrocious and the children think it is hilarious that their teacher dresses up like a fox.
Oh, I bet they love it, really.
They do. Especially the younger ones. They all come up to me, I like your ears. Yeah. I like your fluffy tail because it's got a tail on the back.
Oh, best teacher ever.
Well, I like to entertain by what I wear because it gives me a big dose of dopamine, which my brain is obviously lacking.
Yeah, we are on school countdown as well here, aren't we? So, so Michelle might be a little bit giddy for lots of reasons at the moment while we're recording this.
Absolutely, because I'm excited about going away and I'm excited about other things because this week I hit my check-in time for activities on my Disney cruise.
Ooh, I've got a few days yet. Well, mine's not for a couple of 3 weeks. So have we booked some things, Michelle?
Well, it opens up, does the window, at 12 a.m. in Eastern USA time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem that I have is that that's 5 a.m.
It
so
is.
I got myself up really, really early, and I managed to get myself online. I was all there, ready to swoop. Because the cruise only has one sea day, Paolo is only offered on one day.
Ah, yes.
For the brunch.
Yeah.
And I am on, this would be my 5th cruise, so I am not yet gold. So alas, everybody in a higher tier than me managed to swag the Paolo brunch.
Oh.
Now, I appreciate once on board I can go and add my name to an incredibly long wait list.
Yeah.
But in its place, I thought, well, do you know what? That is probably life telling me, Michelle, you should do Paolo dinner.
Every cloud has a silver lining, eh?
And because I am not a fan of the Pirate Night menu, which we will be having on one of our nights on the cruise, I booked Paolo dinner.
Nice.
Well, then I thought, what am I going to do on the sea day?
Okay.
So then I thought, well, I don't want to miss a rotational dining because I've got Paolo on Pirate Night. Okay. So I can't do the other upcharge restaurant of Enchanté on an evening because I don't want to miss one of the 3 rotational dining options, even though I am dreading the Marvel restaurant like the plague, and I'm only going to go and sit and enjoy it really to report back to my Marvel loving friend David about the wonders that are on offer. So we found out that Enchanté, which is the high-end Beauty and the Beast themed eatery, it offers the same menu as a lunch menu.
Ooh.
And it's a sea day, so it gives us something to do.
Nice.
So we thought, okay. So I managed to book a sea day reservation for Enchanté. I have watched quite a lot of vloggage with regards to the offerings on Enchanté, and it's going to be really interesting to report back whether my husband makes it out of the cruise line alive or not, because he has a shellfish allergy and it's quite shellfish heavy. So I best remember to put that on the booking, eh?
I was going to say something cheeky and say it might depend on how well behaved he is between now and then, but perhaps I shouldn't say that.
Let's not go down that
rabbit
hole,
no.
Jayne,
That'll be a whole
where
different...
I will get him be upset again about the woes of the birthday that went and gone.
I think we'll be delving into a whole other genre of podcast if we go down that route.
Absolutely. So, yes, very excited. I didn't do any of the tasting menu, sort of for the alcohol packages or Olaf's Picnic or obviously Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. We have 2 port days, Castaway Cay and Lighthouse Point, neither of which I need to make any bookings for because I intend to do the 5K walk, health permitting, and then at Lighthouse Point, if their 5K isn't up and running, it is going to be a matter of Michelle investigating the resort as much as she can to feed back, and then I'll do a beach to beach comparison.
Yeah, interesting.
So that was this week. So that was quite exciting to have and get sleep deprived for.
Say it's all happening at once, isn't it? DLP, literally, as this show's going out, you will be almost there or there. And then check-ins for activities. It's all go in the Disney World.
It absolutely is. And you know what? It's that little carrot that is making this donkey work really hard to get to her Disney.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, not much of a bless. Mrs. Young is not feeling a happy bunny at the moment with one thing or another. And I have many Disney adulting questions I have got to deal with. And one of them is the secret surprise that I have arranged for my Disneyland trip. And I really do need to be a grown-up and do something grown up rather than impetuous, impulsive, and very ADHD-like, I really do need to cancel club level Disneyland.
Oh no!
I've paid for it up front, and I'll get a shed load of change back, which I really could deal with. And I am investigating booking just a normal one night at the Disneyland Resort, which is half as much. And I know the Club Lounge experience is something I really, really wanted to do. But sometimes you've just got to think, I can have more Disney for less money. Well, and I just thought, yeah.
Well, look at it this way, Michelle. So if this stay, you get to stay in the Disneyland Hotel, then that gives you another reason in the future to stay at the Disneyland Hotel by going for that club level. Yeah, and it is. It's always going to be a toughie when you're looking at Disney stuff because we're, us avid Disney fans are always going to have those bucket list items that we would like to do. Unfortunately, real life has a blooming way of getting in the way and stamping on our parade occasionally, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the good news is I'm thinking ahead to retirement, and the very first thing I am going to do when I retire is book a transatlantic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Exciting thought ahead.
It is. Anyway, before we keep on wittering about my travel woes, and really I should not be woeing because I feel incredibly blessed that I am still standing and able to make these trips. I had some kind of connected to the cruise line exciting news this week that came across my very own eyes.
Oh, what are we talking about, Michelle?
We are talking about the one reason why many people book a Disney cruise line. And that is for the Mickey-shaped churro waffles.
The infamous cruise line waffles, eh?
Yeah, which we know you get a plethora of on a transatlantic.
Yes,
but we're not.
I can't remember how many days because I kept WhatsApping you, didn't I, when we were getting our churro waffles? Yeah.
But worry not, people. You no longer have to go on a cruise. Well, you do, but you don't, if you know what I mean. You no longer have to pay an extortionate amount to eat at Crystal Palace to get them there. Because there's now going to be a very popular place in Walt Disney World where you can get your Mickey-shaped churro waffles. And it doesn't need a table service reservation.
Where are we talking, Michelle?
We are talking about the Spyglass Grill at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, because for breakfast you can hop, skip and jump your happy way along the Skyliner. How much more convenience could they give you? And you can go and order yourself an entree of these deliciously decadent delights for $11.49.
And you get like a little Skyliner trip as well. What more could one ask for?
I know! Can it get any better than this in your life without, do you know what, anything? And I'm going to give you some top hacks for making sure that you have the best of the best of the best with this. You go and order one serving.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then what you might want to do is order a side of potato barrels.
Okay.
You might want to ask them nicely, is there any chance of a side of bacon?
Yeah.
Or you might want to pair it up with a good buddy of yours and have half and half, because they could get the avocado breakfast bowl, which is potato barrels, scrambled egg, cheddar, black beans, avocado and pico de gallo. Or they could have a scrambled eggs platter, or they could have regular Mickey-shaped waffles. But, yeah.
But you know what? Just somewhere nice to go for breakfast. If you've not been over to Caribbean Beach before, you've now got a really good excuse to go over there.
You absolutely have. And I don't know whether Disney's done it as an incentive for people to stop at the resort. Because for me, for a moderate resort, I think, yes, it's got the Skyliner hub, which is a massive selling point of the entire resort. However, it has this exhausting internal bus loop, and it can take 10 to 15 minutes just to get out of Caribbean Beach.
Yeah, I must admit, it's a very big resort. We kind of like walked around it when we were there at the end of last year. We actually got off and we walked down to the Riviera, had a quick serve there, and then we walked back to the Skyway at Caribbean. And it is quite a big walk, actually. And it makes you realise just how much of a spread out resort that actually is. So, yeah, you got to go into that one knowing what you're up against.
It's got some lovely choices for your food, though. It's got Sebastian's Bistro, which in my mind totally outpunches Ohana, because I think the food there is delicious, and because it doesn't have the noise and I feel Ohana, the environment, it is quite dark, whereas at Sebastian's Bistro it's light, it's airy, and again it's the same principle: eat as much as you care to enjoy, served family style.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is incredibly good value. Also, if you are there, you could hop on over to Disney's Riviera Resort, and that's an amazing place to go and eat as well. Yeah,
their quick service feels very elevated for a quick service, I think I would describe it.
Yeah. Another thing that you may think of as a plus point, it is beautiful. It has the huge 45-acre barefoot bay, and it is gorgeous. It really is. The property's in such a beautiful shade of pastels, white sand beaches with hammocks. It's got the Spanish themed Funtos del Morro pool, which is so amazing to see. It's gorgeous. It really, really is. However, because it's got these several distinct like villages, such as like Trinidad or Barbados, it could be that there's quite a long walk to get to anywhere else, up to 10 to 15 minutes. And none of the 2-story guest buildings have elevators. So for me, that would be a massive problem if I was going on a second sort of floor stay and I've got to trail my luggage upstairs.
Yeah, especially for us coming from the UK when we're there for at least 2 weeks. So our luggage is appropriate to a 2-week stay. So it tends to be on the bigger size, because obviously we need bigger size cases for all the merch that we're going to take home.
Because we are renowned and famous for buying our beloved things.
We are.
So our lovely Patreons will know last week we did a bit of a prediction for them about what is going to be sold at Food by Swedish Chef over at our wonderful Rock and Roller kiosk. Well, I didn't quite do as well as I could have done, Jane. I'm feeling a little bit deflated.
Well, no, it's not that you didn't or we didn't do well, Michelle. It's that Disney didn't listen to us. It's not our fault. It's their fault.
I like that. They do have some nice offerings. There's the Waka Walking nachos, which, okay, doesn't exactly make me think of Swedish cuisine, to be quite honest.
No.
I would have preferred, maybe these nachos have got, a Swedish meatball on top. Would have been happier with that.
Yeah, meatballs do come to mind when you think of Sweden. Meatballs and lingonberry jam.
There's a churro drumstick, which obviously any churro is going to look like a drumstick.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. There's mini corn dogs, if you're a corn dog fan.
Nope.
Chocolate chip cookie, assorted chips. So that was the snacks. And I think they missed a massive trick, because they should have had the molecular melon cups with the spheres of melon with a lime and ginger sort of like zappy sauce and popping candy, but they didn't take me up on that, and it would have been great serving them in a beaker.
Beaker.
I'm so gutted. Oh, there should have been sliders.
Yeah. We had some really cracking ideas, Shell, didn't you?
Yeah. But it was interesting to see that the idea of having pond water limeade did come into it, because we did discuss quite at length about some sort of pond water cocktails.
We did.
We were on the right track.
Yeah, not far off. Maybe there's hope for us yet as Disney foodie Imagineers.
Yeah. I do like the fact that you can pick up a waffle cone with vanilla, chocolate, or a swirl of them both. I think after going on Rock and Roller Coaster, an ice cream is something that I will definitely want to calm my nerves.
Yeah, something like that.
Have you seen any of the previews, Jane?
For Rock and Roller Coaster?
Yeah.
I have seen a few little bits and bobs crossing my YouTube feed.
I've seen nada.
Have you not? Do you want to be completely surprised when you go?
I'm trying to keep free of it all. I want to go with fresh eyes, and it's going to get harder and harder as I get towards my trip to keep on avoiding anything to do with it. I do gather there's a lot of merch. I do gather people are saying it's really cute. I've seen quick stills of different things. I gather the music loop has changed as well, hasn't it, Jane?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I'm not kind of as up to date as possibly you were with the old ride, because it's not a ride that I've ever done. And I can't see myself doing it in the future either. I did say to Simon the other day, because he was quite interested in it all, because he does love the ride as a roller coaster ride. And I'd kind of forgot it was in the dark. Don't ask me why. I think I've been so obsessed by the fact that there's an upside down bit in it that I'd kind of forgotten completely the dark bit. Go figure, eh? But yeah, you're going to get different sort of mashups type of people appearing and stuff in the queues and what have you. So what I have seen of just like the queue area and the pre-show and other bits and pieces, she says try not to spoil things for Michelle if Michelle's not wanting to be spoiled. All look really good. I'm quite happy with what they're doing and some of the old Easter eggs, and obviously there's lots of Muppet references to Muppet Vision 3D and different bits and pieces. And there was a little YouTube where two of the Imagineers were taking you through the queue area and a little bit about the ride itself and dropping out all the different Easter eggs and stuff. So if you are interested, go and search that on Disney's YouTube. It's quite sweet, and I'm sure as these things will roll out, there'll become more and more information out there that Michelle's going to have to try and avoid.
Or I may just go downstairs and ignore what I've said and put it on YouTube now, because I don't like waiting. Let's
see how long Michelle's going to hold out patience-wise. Shall we start taking the sweepstake now and having a guess?
I think about 15 minutes, Jane, roughly. You know.
I like to see you've got confidence in your ability, Shell.
Yeah, Michelle doesn't like surprises unless they're planned for.
Well, is it being spoiled, or is it just being realistic about expectations?
Well, I don't know. We shall wait and see. But it is interesting to see there's some new things coming to Disney Plus, and Rivals 2 is on Disney Plus. So I have been binging my way through, rewatching Rivals 1 to get back in the mood for Rivals 2. So that could be why I've not been sleeping.
Thankfully, I haven't watched any, so I'm not intrigued.
Oh, it's just a bit of fun. I love the books by Jilly Cooper that she has written with Rupert Campbell-Black in. I love her writing, and it was really lovely to watch. And there's a little Easter egg with her actually in one of the scenes.
Oh, wow.
And it with her no longer being with us, it was just a really powerful good thing, really.
Yeah. I will confess, I did read the books back in the day. I don't want to think about how many years ago it was that I read the Jilly Coopers, but yes, I have read them in my past.
I think I've read them 9, 10, 11 times.
Oh, wow.
They're great for taking on a flight.
Yeah.
It's like putting on warm slippers in your dressing gown and just getting a nice warm hug.
True.
So
comfort.
It's my sort of way of, sort of getting myself into a good regulation is something comforting for Michelle.
Oh, yeah, I can
Now that
understand
Disney have stolen Big Bang Theory off their system, and I can't watch it anymore.
But it's interesting because Disney Plus have got the Imagineering, not the or whatever the series is about, behind the scenes, and I think there's a 2-episode special to do with the cruise line coming, and I've also just seen that there's something to do with a documentary all about the Polynesian resort, which will be quite interesting as well. So looking at the development of the Island Tower and stuff. So it's kind of that's kind of my sort of thing. I think they're coming in mid-June sort of time. So they'll be good ones to look out for on ye old Disney Plus.
Wonderful. Well, I think this week we are going to call this week's show to an end. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please make sure you follow along on Instagram at DisDreamGirls, because I will be posting bits and pieces from DLP.
Ooh.
Also get in touch with us if you have any comments, queries, etc. info@DisneyDreamGirls.com, or you can contact us and share your Disney life with us on the Disney Dream Girls podcast family. And basically, that's going to be it until next week. So it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.